Here's a song that embodies many of the truths about you. It's called Greater Power. One life beating all our hearts. One love living in everyone. If you breathe, just breathe. In the silence, what a sound. And you'll hear what's all around. 'Cause in me is light, so let it shine. In me is strength to make it mine. In me is peace to free my mind. In me is everything I need. In you is joy to heal the pain. In you is power to make a change. In you is truth to set you free. 'Cause in you is everything you need. A greater power's in you. A greater power's in you. One truth defined in you and me. A path to follow yourself to your source. If you breathe, just breathe. In the silence, what a sound. And you'll hear what's all around. 'Cause in me is light, so let it shine. In me is strength to make it mine. In me is peace to free my mind. In me is everything I need. In you is joy to heal the pain. In you is power to make a change. In you is truth to set you free. 'Cause in you is everything you need. A greater power's in you. A greater power's in you. A greater power's in you.
Well, good morning. Welcome to the Agape Spiritual Center, where we teach how to better self-love through conscious living. That's everything we do. And I'm so glad that you're joining me today, or maybe you're joining me afterwards. It doesn't matter. Love for you to check in on social media. Let me know who you are, where you're from. If I already know you, give me a question, give me a comment. Let me know what you think. Are things going well for you? What are you challenged with? Whatever it is, do let me know. Because what I'm understanding more and more is that people are holding things in. And they're not asking for help when they need it. If you need spiritual support, we are here at Agape to give that to you. And if you let us know, we'll find a way that we can make that happen for you. So at Agape, we're a spiritual community that teaches a practical way of living, and we teach the wisdom of the science of mind. The Science of Mind was written by Ernest Holmes. It's an accumulation of the best of science, best of spirituality, the best of psychology. And he brings it all together, and it becomes a practical way of living. Our vision is a world of conscious individuals supporting each other's evolution. In other words, raising our level of awareness together. That's what we're about. Our values are awareness, personal growth, authenticity, and community. Everything we do centers around those four things: growth, awareness, authenticity, and community. If there's anything you need to know about Agape, simply go to agapespiritualcenter.com and everything is there for you. So I've given you some time to check in. Hopefully you've done so. If you're tuning in now, please just say hello. But let's take a moment and let's get ourselves centered. So I invite you to come to a seated, comfortable, upright position. Your back is straight. Your hands are gently resting on your lap. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your breath. The simple act of breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in life and purifying. Realize and ask yourself the question, who is breathing you? It is the I am that you are. So I invite you right now to visualize your heart center in the center of your chest along your spine. And I invite you to visualize a beautiful green light, a circle of green light, and it's spinning clockwise. Now I want you to imagine that green light growing bigger and bigger and filling every cell in your body. And as it does so, it opens your heart center, it opens your energy, it heals all of your cells from anything unlike their natural state of perfection. Now I want you to envision your crown energy center on the top of your head, about 2 inches above the top of your head. And visualize a purple ball of light spinning clockwise. Now imagine this light, this purple light, surrounding you in a cocoon, in a bubble. So you are encapsulated in this circle of light. So inside there's this magnificent green light healing you, and from the outside you are surrounded and being healed from the outside in by the divine light that you are. Know that you are perfectly safe right here. And actually allow yourself to just be focused on breathing in, breathing out. And as you take a breath in, I, as you take a breath out, am. I am. The divine light, the crown center energy, the purple light is the I. The green heart-centered light is the am. So by simply breathing in I, breathing out am, you're purifying, you're connecting to the microcosm that you are and to the macrocosm that you are one with. In this state, there is perfect balance, perfect healing, perfect awareness, the awareness to see life in its allness, a state of perfect equanimity takes over and becomes the essential nature of all that you are. And in this state of being equanimous, there's a sense of peace, of love, of acceptance, of harmony. that is so magnificent that it is undescribable. So just bask in it for a moment and allow this peace to fill you, this balance to become you. And know that you can come back to this space, to this feeling, to this time, anytime you choose, by simply consciously taking 3 deep breaths in, and while taking those breaths, say, I am. With this state firmly implanted in your subconscious mind, fill your heart, fill your very being with gratitude, knowing that you have taken the time to further awaken to the greater truth of who you are, the infinite beingness of love, of life itself. And now, start to bring your awareness back into your body. Move your fingers, your shoulders, your neck, whatever it is. Open your eyes, put a smile on your face, and welcome this perfect day. Today, I thought I would explore the idea of profitable thinking. As I listen to the world out there, I hear consciousness of lack. And so I thought it would be really, really good if we just explored profitability. What does it mean to be a person who thinks about profit? And so what I've come to understand is that profitable thinking is a mental process where we expand our mind to perceive an ever-increasing image of life experience in all areas of our life. Do you see? It's a process of thinking. And it's a process of thinking that expands what? An image, our awareness. And it's about our awareness of being able to experience a greater life, a greater way of seeing life, being in life. And it's not just with money, but it's in all areas of our life. It's in our lives, in our relationships, in our lives, in our spirituality, in our lives, in our mental abilities, in our lives, in our money, in our lives, in our job, in our lives, in our social lives. Profitability is always about a greater expansion. It's not just about money. And so a person who really embodies the idea of profitable thinking sees a greater vision of all of life, not just one piece of life. Because if you'll notice, as you go around the world and you look at people, you can find people who are very, very, very wealthy, and they could be very, very, very ill. People who are very, very, very wealthy, that have the most beautiful homes and everything, and their relationships are horrific. They don't have relationships with their children. There are addictions, drugs, alcohol addictions. Yeah, they've got profitability in the money area, but they don't have profitability in the self-worth area, in the relationship area, in the spiritual connection area, in the health area. So profitability is something that's beyond. It's a mental process of increasing our image about who we are and what we want to experience in life. Prosperity is the freedom to do what we want, when we want, how we want, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, spiritually, connectively. Do you see? It's a freedom that goes into all areas of life to be able to do what we want, when we want, and how we want. And here's what I'm going to tell you. If you've studied me for a while, you listen to me for a while, you hear me talk about values all the time. Values are those areas of our lives where we perceive the greatest weakness, the greatest limitation, or it's an area of life where we have a desire to want more. And I learned that each of us has high values, the top 5, and we talk about that when we do the values determination process. That is a tool that I learned from Dr. John DeMartini. It's been one of the most valuable tools that I've learned in my journey as a teacher. But what I've come to understand is that if you don't know what you really are, what you really value, I can tell you this, I do know your top value. Your top value is freedom. It's about the freedom to be you. And anytime you feel that the freedom to be you is pushed beyond your willingness to tolerate, you will rebel. And I think that's what you're seeing all the way around the world right now. In all the countries of the world, people are seeking to find freedom. I talk with people all over the world each and every week. I talk with people in Europe, in Lebanon, in Kuwait. I talk with people in South Africa. I talk with people in Australia. I'm having these conversations, and I want you to know we're really not that different. At the core of all that we really are so much alike. Our desires are similar. Our thinking processes are similar. Our ability to love are similar. What we want out of this life is very similar, but we've been taught by the brainwashing that's happening all around us through the media that we're different, that we've got to hate, we've got to not like, we've got to convince people that we have to all be a certain way, act in a certain way, do certain things, think the same way, feel the same way. And that goes against a primal nature that exists within us. And that nature is to be free, to be the uniqueness that we are. You see, prosperity is a spiritual value within us, which is invisible until we demonstrate it. That was a quote by Raymond Charles Barker. And he's one of my favorite teachers. His works that I've read, I just so get because they're so clear. So really think about that. Prosperity is a spiritual value. It's within us. And it's invisible until we demonstrate it. Until we can bring it out from within. In other words, we have to become it in order to see it. We can't have abundance or prosperity in any area of our life until we become the person who is prosperous in relationships, in spirituality, in money, in career, in our jobs. You see, so Lee, you're saying, how do we do profitable thinking? Well, the answer I'm going to give you is probably going to surprise you. But it's as simple as thinking about what we want and stop thinking about what we don't want. Yeah, you heard me. It's just that simple. If you start thinking only about what you want and you don't allow thoughts into your life that are contrary to that, you will create a mental energy, a mental atmosphere that surrounds you, that actually radiates from you. Your thoughts, words, actions, and feelings will all be aligned toward what you want. And in thinking about it, speaking about it, feeling about it, and acting as if, not only will you be a profitable thinker, you'll be a profitable demonstrator. You will be demonstrating in your life, and you'll look at yourself and say, oh my God, I do create my life experience. Yeah. See, profitable thinking is focus. It's thinking where we use our emotions as we focus with intent and purpose. And this is really, really critical. It's good to think the thoughts we want, but the juice, the power behind the thoughts are our emotions. So when I think about talking to you, I build the idea of how much do I believe this? How can I convey this with my whole heart, my soul, my being? And when I'm doing that, I always ask the question, am I being authentic? Am I being real? And what I found is I really don't want to talk to you about things that I don't feel. I don't really want to talk to you about academic ideas, philosophical ideas. I don't want to talk to you about concepts if I'm not juiced. Do you know where I'm juiced? Where I've been able to demonstrate, where I've proven to myself that what I'm talking about works for me. Once I discovered that, oh my God, life took on a whole new meaning. And so I was asked this last week to write an introduction to the book that I'll be releasing in the next 3 months, The Power Within You. And as I wrote the introduction, the things that I focused on were the 2 biggest events in my life where I used these powers and I had a successful demonstration. Because isn't that the best way to communicate something? Is in an area of life where you've actually proven what you've talked about. In other words, you have walked your talk. And if you're walking your talk and you're demonstrating a great life, people will want to know, why are you so special? How's this working for you? What do you do? But if you're telling people ideas, you should do this, you should do that, and you're not walking the talk, people will know. But more importantly, you will know because you will not be demonstrating what you're talking about. This law that creates in our lives only responds to our beliefs. And our beliefs are our thoughts, words, actions, and feelings aligned toward a specific result, held persistently and consistently, consciously and unconsciously. If any of those things are missing, the demonstration in our life will not happen. Prosperous thinking is creating a self-image in which we are already living that which we desire. The simplest example I can give you is, let's say you want to buy a convertible. Let's say you think a convertible really good. Okay, picture a day, a beautiful fall day, 70 degrees. Sun is out, gentle breeze. Visualize yourself in that convertible. You're going down a country road. The trees are all changing color. The wind is blowing against your face. Your hair is moving with the wind. Feel how good it feels. In your mind, you already have the convertible. Now hold that image. And if it's a true desire, you will have the car. You will find a way. You will take the steps. But you see, before you can really do it, you've got to create that self-image that you already have it. And then it's natural. It's not a surprise. And what I'll tell you right now is to get to that point, there's time involved. Ernest Holmes said when he was talking about a spiritual mind treatment or affirmative prayer, he said there's always an evolution in the demonstration of a prayer. There's a natural evolution. That evolution is our ability to truly build our belief. Our achieving a prosperous life is dependent on one and only one thing: our mental attitude. I didn't say my wife's mental attitude. I didn't say my children's mental attitude. I didn't say the country's mental attitude. I said my mental attitude. That is the single most important thing, is that we take responsibility for our mental attitude. And only that. Because guess what, gang? That's all we can be responsible for, because we can't change anyone else's. And most of the time, we're not even aware that we can change ours. But if we start working on our mental atmosphere, our mental attitude toward whatever it is we want, we'll change our world. And when people see us changing our world, we'll inspire them to change their world. And that way we can make a difference. You see, a prosperous thinker is always aware, focused, creative, and they are always seeking a more expansive life. Think about that. A prosperous thinker is aware. They're aware of their thoughts. They're aware of the direction of their thoughts. They focus their thoughts through their awareness on what they want. And they're always focusing on what? Not going back to the past, going and creating a future. And they're people who realize that life is always in balance. So it's never going to be a one-sided life. It's going to be a two-sided life. So they don't get discouraged while they're on the journey, because they understand they're going to be challenged and supported, pleased and displeased. They understand that's the journey of life, but they also understand the key nature of life is that life is expansive, and we are here to experience as much of this expansive life as we can possibly choose. The key thing is, are you choosing an expansive life, or are you choosing a life that's limited? Are you comfortable sitting in your chair, doing nothing, doing the same things, thinking the same things each and every day? Or are you desiring to have an experienced life? So, why do we want a more prosperous life? What is it about that? Do you know why we want a more prosperous life? Simply because we can. Why do you want to climb that mountain? Because it's there and I can. Why do I want to have a deeper, more meaningful relationship with my wife of almost 50 years? Because I can. Why do I want to experience more wealth in my life? Because I can. Why do I want to touch the lives of millions of people? Because I can. Why do I want to keep creating greater health in my life? Because I can. What I want you to know is, as much and deeply as I believe this about me, I also believe that you can as well. Because the same power that exists in me exists in you. I believe in you. I see your truth. If you can't see it for yourself, look at it through my eyes. You are perfect. You are infinite, you are whole, and you are powerful. Know that you can, and go create your most magnificent, prosperous life now. Let us pray. I know there is one. It is infinite, all-knowing, everywhere present. I am one with it. Its infinite mind is my infinite mind. The abundance of the infinite is my abundance. The love of the infinite is my love. The health of the infinite is my health. As I know this truth for me, I know this truth for each of you listening. We're all part of the macrocosm that we call God. And as part of the macrocosm, all of its qualities are fully right where we are. And the creative nature of it is the creative nature of who we are, and it is responding to us right here, right now. So I make a declaration into that power right here, that the clarity that is unique to me, the clarity that is unique to you, is now brought forth. And it is brought forth in a way that we become prosperous thinkers. And we think expansive thoughts that allow us to experience a greater life. And we become examples to all of those around us. And we understand that we are not depriving anyone of anything because there's always enough for everyone in the universe, because the universe does not know lack. And so the clarity that I am praying for is now being made manifest in my mind, because my mind and God's mind are one, and in your mind, because your mind and God's mind are one. And therefore, with that wisdom pouring in, I now claim that I hear, I claim that you hear, and we act upon that wisdom. Individually, we act upon that vision, and the only approval we seek is the approval that comes from within us. That is our soul nature saying, yes, I choose a prosperous and expansive life. And yes, I am worthy now. Knowing that, I give thanks. I live in gratitude for the demonstration of this prayer, and in that gratitude, I release it to the power of the law. Knowing it is done, I let it go. And together we say, and so it is. Well, this comes to the time of our service where we get to demonstrate the law of giving and receiving. And before we do that, I want you to join with me and do our treatment for financial freedom. So together, I live in gratitude, knowing that I am financially free to do what I want, when I want, and how I want. And so it is. So I would ask that you support us. If you got anything from this message, if you're a part of our online community, your support continues to help us bring this message to the world. And so give. Giving will open your heart because it's always about a circular motion. So you're welcome to text to give. You can scan the QR code, or you can go to agapespiritualcenter.com. There'll be a link down below. You can click on that, make a donation. In fact, sign up and give automatically. Whatever it is, give $5 a week, $25 a week, give $1,000 a week. Whatever you feel is right, it's the perfect gift. I invite you to test the power of giving and see how the universe gives back. With that in mind, I'd love for you to make sure that you're getting my daily thoughts and our weekly newsletter. So if you would like to receive them, you can go to Agape Spiritual Center and sign up for the Agape newsletter, or you can scan the QR code in front of you with your phone. And as you do so, sign up. I put out a thought every day. And we've got activities that are happening all the time at Agape, and you'll be the first to know about them. So with respect to connection, here's what we're doing daily. We have a daily Zoom meditation at 7 a.m. Central Time. Everybody's welcome. 8 a.m. I do a Thoughts That Can Change Your Life on Facebook and on YouTube. Everyone is welcome. We have Sunday services every week at 10:30, either on live or in person. We have Agape gatherings every Wednesday, 1:30 p.m. and 7 p.m. Everyone is welcome to be a part of it. We share with each other. We talk to each other. We get to know each other at these gatherings. I've got a workshop coming up on Saturday the 23rd, Debunking the Myth of Love. If you want to learn about love, click on that QR code or go to Agape Spiritual Center, register for the workshop. It is free. You heard me talking about values. On the 30th of October, I'll be doing a value session. It's the best $100 you will ever spend. I guarantee it. Also, I have just put together a retreat. Rediscover your unique self. It's one day. Saturday, November 13th. That will be at my home. The cost is $200. I promise you, it will be a transformative day. It will be experiential. You will learn more about yourself than you've ever learned. You will walk away renewed, reinvigorated, and a sense of clarity and connection that probably you're looking for. The retreat is limited to the first 12 people that sign up. So if you're interested, go to Agape Spiritual Center or click on that QR code, please. If you're looking for prayer support, our Agape practitioners are there for you. If you're online, you're welcome to just go to agapespiritualcenter.com, click on the practitioner tab, and you'll find a prayer request. Fill it out, and one of our practitioners will get back to you. With that, I want to take a moment and thank you. Thank you for taking the time to be with me. And I want you to know that no matter where you are in the world, I am grateful that you have joined and are a part of this community of love. And if we can be of service, we're here to spiritually support you in any way we can. I look forward to seeing you in the near future in whatever medium you chose. Until next time, create a great day, because you are prosperous, my friends, and you are loved. Until next time, aloha.